Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. I'd like to take a few minutes to share some details that will help you to get more out of your pranayama practice, specifically Nadi Shodhana pranayama or alternate nostril breathing. Now, one thing I've learned throughout the years is that there's many people who have a difficult time with alternate nostril breathing because either they've got a deviated septum or they're a little stuffy in the nasal passages or a combination of both. So one thing that I like to do myself, but also when I teach before Nadi Shodhana is Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati, or the skull shining breath, is a short, sharp exhale through the nose and a passive inhale through the nose. It becomes pretty rapid, and the idea is that with these short, sharp exhales, you clear the nasal passages. So you very well may have things flying out of your nose when you do this. If that's the case, keep doing it. That's kind of why you're doing it. So we're in a moment here, we're going to do a few different rounds of Kapalabhati just to help clear the nasal passages and prepare. And then when we actually do the Nadi Shodhana or the alternate nostril breathing, I'd like you to try using your open nostril like a valve. So in most cases, you're going to completely block off one nostril. In this case, I'm going to block off my right nostril completely with my thumb. And I'm going to rest my ring finger on my left nostril. So it's lightly touching it, and in most cases, it's touching it enough so it makes the nostril a little smaller, like you're narrowing a valve, which will help you to slow down and lengthen your breath. Because in most pranayama practices, that's one main thing that you're focusing on, slowing down the momentum of the breath. Now, in some cases, especially if you have a deviated septum, you may need to do the opposite. So if your nostril, in this case, if your left nostril is really narrow for whatever reason, you can use your free finger, in this case, again, my ring finger, to kind of help open up your nostril more so you can actually breathe through it. Okay? So let's find a seat. Sit wherever you want. You can sit on a chair, you can sit on the floor, you can sit on a cushion, whatever you need so your body will not be a distraction for the next 5 minutes or so. Okay? Now, once you're sitting nice and tall with the crown of your head directly over the base of your spine, close your eyes. Relax your jaw and just take a moment here before we begin with any pranayama to practice a little pratyahara. Begin to draw your awareness and your senses inward the way a turtle draws its limbs into the shell. So you really notice how it feels to be in the body today at this time. And if you haven't already, also begin to notice your breath without controlling it or shaping it though just yet. Take a moment here to feel its rhythm. Just feel the body breathe. All right, then we can continue with a few short rounds of Kapalabhati. So remember, it's going to be a short, sharp exhale followed by a passive inhale. It could be anywhere between one breath every 2 seconds or up to four breaths every 1 second. If this is new to you, bring your hands or your fingertips onto your navel and make sure your navel moves back towards your spine when you exhale and let it relax away from your spine when you inhale. By the way, if you're pregnant or if you have heart issues or high blood pressure, skip this part. Otherwise, you can bring your hands to your navel or rest your hands in your lap and do 36 Kapalabhati breaths. After 36, just allow yourself to breathe freely again. Okay, now we're going to do another round of 36. But let's make it a little more challenging by bringing your arms overhead, interlacing your fingers, and pressing your palms toward the ceiling. 36 more. After 36, bring your arms down. Allow yourself to breathe freely again. All right. For this last round of 36, bring your arms up and now bend your elbows and touch the opposite shoulder with your fingertips. All right. Bring your arms down. Breathe freely. All right, let's begin with Nadi Shodhana. I'll talk you through a couple rounds and I'll give you a few minutes to go at your own pace. So now keep in mind, you want the breath to be as silent as possible. So it's not ujjayi pranayama. You shouldn't be making a sound in your throat. As silent as possible. Also, let's add just a short pause at the very top of inhale. Doesn't need to be long, but just momentarily stop the breath from moving without causing any obvious discomfort or anxiety. Okay? All right. So you also want to engage a little bit of a chin lock or Jalandhara Bandha, so it feels like you're lifting your heart but bowing your head. And exhale completely. Now inhale through both nostrils. At the very top of your inhale, do a brief pause. And as you pause at the top of inhale, bend your right elbow. Use your thumb to completely block off your right nostril. Rest your ring finger on your left nostril as you exhale silently and slowly. When you're done exhaling, then inhale to that same side. So inhale through the left nostril. At the very top of inhale, just release your hand down. Pause here for a moment. Focus on the chin lock, keeping the heart vibrant but mind very tranquil. Now bend your right elbow again. This time use your ring finger to completely block off your left nostril. Rest your thumb on your right nostril as you exhale silently and slowly through that side. When you're done exhaling, inhale through that same nostril. So inhale through the right. Top of inhale, release your hand down. Do that brief pause. Bend your right elbow again. Thumb completely blocks off the right nostril. Rest your ring finger on the left. Exhale silently and slowly through the left side. When you're done exhaling, inhale through the left nostril. Then do what they call the Antara Kumbhaka or internal breath retention with Jalandhara Bandha. Bend your right elbow. Use your ring finger to completely block off your left nostril. Rest your thumb on your right as you exhale silently and slowly. When you're done exhaling, inhale through the right nostril. At the very top of inhale, release your hand down, do a brief pause, and now continue on your own at your own pace. Remember, use that open nostril like a valve. So in many cases, you'll make the valve a little more narrow, but if you need to, use your free finger to kind of pull the nostril a little more open so you can actually breathe through it. And just do one more round and finish by inhaling through your right nostril. Once you do, then release your hand down and just take a moment or two for observation. All right, bring your palms together to Anjali Mudra. Let's take one last moment to enjoy the peace you've created through the practice. And start to rub your palms together and create a little heat in your hands. Now rest your hands over your eyes and feel that heat moving in, recharging your senses. And when you're ready, just move your hands away and open your eyes. All right. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. Have a fantastic day, and I hope I get to see you soon.